What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Chazz from the Fantasy Football Bros podcast, and we are in the off season, so we will be bringing you new episodes every couple of weeks. But in the meantime, I am still going to post some content. You are going to hear two record reviews from my other channel, the Chazz Cast.
Here we go. Hey, everything on three. Number three. Wait on one. Oh, wait on three. 1, 2, 3. Wait. I got mixed up in that. Said eyes on three. Everything on three. 1. Everything.
You are now listening to the Fantasy Football Bros podcast.
So smoky. I was talking about stop.
It's your boy Chazz, and today we are breaking down Cheap Trick's 1977 self-titled release. I really don't have ones to pick out here. You know what? We're gonna save the music for the end. I just decided because I don't really. I'm just trying to rearrange my videos. I have a feeling like maybe I put the music early and some of you guys drop out or whatever. We're trying just a different way of doing it today. So Cheap Trick is the debut studio album by the American rock band Cheap Trick, released in 1977. It was released under Epic Records and produced by Jack Douglas, a frequent collaborator of the band. The album did not reach the Billboard 200 chart, but did bubble under at number 207 for 1 week in April of 1977. So this album was released February 3rd, 1977. Their next album, In Color, was released September of 1977. And that's interesting because that's, 7 months apart, right? But that's how bands were doing it in the 70s. Most of the songs have a more raw sound akin to hard rock bands of the period compared to the group's later, more polished power pop style. And the song lyrics deal with an extreme subject matter rather than later albums. For instance, the ballad of TV Violence, I'm Not the Only One, is about serial killer Richard Speck. Daddy Should Have Stayed in High School is about a phebophile, and Oh Candy is about a photographer friend of the band, Marshall Mintz, who committed suicide. So you got songs about phebophiles, which I believe is like pedophiles. And then you got songs of, oh God, I better not get canceled for saying that word. Then you got songs about suicide and songs about serial killers. So interesting about this album is a lot of people have always said that Kiss is very similar to Cheap Trick. And I always found that weird. Can I ever get this back up when I'm sitting down? I always found that weird that people would say that. Okay, it's just not happening today. I always found it weird that people would say that Kiss was like Cheap Trick because I never thought that, and I never and I never liked Cheap Trick. You know, I knew the hits, and as time went on, I grew to like the hits. You know, I Want You to Want Me, Surrender, The Flame, all that kind of stuff. So actually when this popped up, at first I was like, okay, so this is the debut album, and I'm not too familiar with it. And then, you know, a lot of people say it's like Kiss, and maybe I'll enjoy it more, and I don't know. I didn't really like it that much, to be honest. And I'm not saying it's like trash or garbage or anything like that. It's just kind of boring to me. And I was a little harder than I expected, I guess. It had some elements that like I was like, okay, that's Cheap Trick, that's different. I mean, it's a, you know, some like punky or not punky, like garage rocky stuff. I just think that this is a band for me that is about the power pop stuff, and I do like the power pop stuff in general, and I think that's why it was hard for me to dig this album. Hello Kitties is kind of like garage rocky, and it's kind of cool. Daddy Should Have Stayed in High School, that's just a weird song. And Taxman Mr. Thief I kind of liked, I guess. Cry Cry, I don't even remember it. I listened to this album like 5 times. And Oh Candy, again, I don't even remember it. I listened to this album like 5 times. So it kind of shows how this affected me, I guess. Like, not affected me, but like the music didn't necessarily grab me. And opposed to the second side, Hot Love, Speak Now, Forever Hold Your Peace, they're okay. They're all right. He's a Whore, I did kind of like that song. And I think that was actually one that I knew. I won't say a hit. And then Monticello, and then The Ballad of TV Violence. So, I just think that this album isn't for me. That's all. I don't really like it. I might not even put the music in here just because I keep getting hit with copyrights and like it's annoying. And I'm not making any money off this channel, obviously, but if by some chance I ever do, I don't want to lose that. But if you guys checked it out and listened to it too, I want to know what your thoughts are, because I don't know. It was just a very bland album for me, and it was a very bland album for people in general. It didn't sell that much. It didn't reach the Billboard charts. Nobody talks about it. I don't believe they play any of these songs live. Maybe He's a Whore. I just think that it's kind of meh, right? And even below meh, I guess. So I guess my rating on this album, scale of 1 to 10, is easily the lowest one we've done yet. This is probably a 2, honestly. I mean, it's not like trash garbage, but I just don't like it. And I'm allowed that. And if you like it, tell me where I'm wrong. Tell me what I'm thinking or what I'm saying wrong. You know, I will put a couple of things of music in here. I'll put in, 3 clips, not very long clips, because again, I'm trying to cut down on this copyright stuff. And, this is a learning experience. This is the 13th episode, so we're learning. I don't want to get hit with too much copyright stuff moving forward. You guys are obviously on YouTube. You know how to search out the songs if you need to, but I will put a little bit on there. And, so I guess we're going to go with, I'll put in Hello Kitties. I'll put in Taxman, Mr. Taxman, or whatever it was, and I'll put in He's a Whore. A little bit of each. And other than that, guys, I'm sorry. We're just going to move on. It wasn't a very exciting album for me to draw out. After that great, fantastic album we got last week of Creatures of the Night, which led to my biggest video ever, which I'm still excited about. That's awesome. This one was kind of a downer for me, personally. And if you like it, hey, awesome. I don't judge. You like what you like. I like what I like. This is a nice, this is a community about learning and growing and finding stuff. And if you like it, tell me why. Tell me what I'm missing. Tell me to go focus on a certain part of a certain song that I'm missing and why I'm wrong and like that. Like, again, I'm not saying this is garbage. It's not garbage. I'm not, I'll probably get heat for this. I'm not a big Beatles fan. And, this just sounded like a bit of a heavier Beatles to me, which I'm sure that's what they were going for. But that's just not what I like, right? So it is what it is. I like something a little heavier, right? And a little more aggressive. But I do like their power pop stuff. So it just wasn't for me. I don't hate Cheap Trick. Just didn't like this album, all right? So we're going to move on to our randoms selection for next week. We're in the zeros with A Beautiful Lie and Collisions and Castaways, and we're going to give ourselves a shake. And we've got a Christmas album, Happy Holidays by Billy Idol, which we're skipping, of course. And we're shake again, and then, okay, all right. Now we're getting into my, if we're going to talk 1970s, is this the same year? What year is? No, this is much older. This is 1972. We got Volume 4 by Black Sabbath. Volume 4 by Black Sabbath is the... Oh my God. Adam Schefter is tweeting here, guys. Adam Schefter. Volume 4 by Black Sabbath is the record of the week. Made famous. The famous song on here for sure is Changes. But it has Wheels of Confusion, Tomorrow's Dream, Changes, FX, Supernaut, Snowblind, Cornucopia, Laguna Sunrise, Saint Vicious Dance, and Under the Sun. And what's interesting about this album, for me, is I always wasn't a big fan of this album when I was growing up. And it was kind of just because of the song Changes. And just because it was slower, and I was like, oh, I'm heavy metal, I'm Black Sabbath, blah, right? So, I never really listened to this one too much, so this is going to be a new discovery for me. My favorite Sabbath album is the one just before this, Masters of Reality. So the fact that I never gave this one a chance, this is going to be a new discovery for me. So I guess, I know 4 or 5 of the songs, but the deep tracks. And that's what this is all about. So you guys got your homework. Volume 4 by Black Sabbath. Start listening today. We will be here next week for review this, and I'm a little more excited now because Cheap Trick dragged me down. Sorry guys, sorry Cheap Trick, sorry bros. Again, I might put the music in. I keep changing my mind on it. I don't know. I'm also not excited to show it to you guys and you hit a copyright strike and all that stuff, but there'll be something somewhere in here. Maybe at the beginning, or we'll figure it out. But Black Sabbath, a lot more excited for, a lot more my type, my style. And we will see you next week for Chazz's record review. And until then, guys, peace. What's going on? It's your boy Chazz, and today we're breaking down Black Sabbath Volume 4. So I wanted to get up close here and to tell you guys something. I've been lying to you, I guess, about the amount of records I have. I was going through my collection, and I found some vinyl that I didn't have in my Discogs collection, so I decided to take the time and re-scan in everything into Discogs, and I lied about how many vinyl I have. I was at 502 or 506 or something, and I don't have that many. That's a complete lie. I have way more, brother. I'm at about 645 now, actually. So, yikes. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Chazz, and welcome back to Chazz's Record Review. Today, we are breaking down an album from one of my favorite bands, but I don't know, one of the ones I didn't listen to that much from their original time. This is their 4th album, and given the title, that makes sense. And we are talking about Black Sabbath, Volume 4. Let's talk about the artwork real quick. This is, I guess this is the back cover with it's a white silhouette of Ozzy. And in the front, you've got the orange silhouette of Ozzy. And then the colors are inversed. White, orange, white, orange. So I guess this is the front. Okay. So, I don't know. Sabbath's covers were always a little weird. A little mid. It didn't really do too much. On the inside, you got the boys rocking out. You got the lefty, Tony Iommi. But his SG. You got Geezer Butler. Got Tony over there. Do they not show Bill Ward or Ozzy? They don't. That's weird. They don't show Bill Ward or Ozzy inside here. I'm just reading something here. All arrangement by Black Sabbath. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. We wish to thank the great Coke-Cola Company of Los Angeles. I don't know if that is supposed to be Coca-Cola. The way they spelled Coke is in capitals, and that makes me think cocaine, considering this album has a Snowblind on it. So there's really not much to show. It's got a basic-ass inner sleeve, and then basic-ass just covers. Just sticker covers, So now the fun part of watching me try to get this back on the clips here. Oh, that was too easy. Yeah, that's going to fall. You know that's going to fall. That was too easy. Let's take a sip out of my cool Jurassic World mug. I got this right at Universal Studios. All right. So we're not here to talk about coffee mugs. We're here to talk about music. So for those of you that don't know Black Sabbath, first of all, what's wrong with you? Black Sabbath started the career of the great Ozzy Osbourne, the legend, Tony Iommi, Bill Ward, and Mr. Geezer Butler. That's your band, and that is your band for the first decade, basically, all the way from 70 to 80. A lot of people say Sabbath is the originator of heavy metal, and I don't know how you argue they're not. And as you can hear on this album, Tony Iommi's riffs, if it wasn't for that, I get it. Yes, Deep Purple was out and did some heavy stuff. There was bands doing heavy things, but there's a difference between what Black Sabbath brought. Now, on this album, at Volume 4, they do the song Changes, which is a little bit of a ballad, I guess. And it's different for them, for sure. And it kind of turned me off of this album when I was a kid. Because I was a kid, and it was like, oh, I like the heavy stuff. I want to listen to the metal, brother. Screw that album with the Changes. So I'm judging the whole album just because it has the slow song, right? So, not the best thing to do when you're a kid, but I digress. Volume 4 is the 4th studio album by English heavy metal band Black. Did you see what I just said happened? We knew it. We're going to try it one more time. It does not like to stay. She's going to fall too. Anyway, Volume 4 is the 4th studio album by English heavy metal band Black Sabbath, released on 25 September 1972. It was the first album by Black Sabbath not produced by Roger Bain. Guitarist Tony Iommi assumed production duties. Patrick Meehan, the band's then manager, was listed as co-producer, though his actual involvement in the album's production was minimal. Of course, the band wrote everything. Let's look at the charting success. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nine album positions here for these guys. And let's talk about them because they're kind of surprising to me. Australia went to number 1. Canada went to number 5. Finnish albums chart, it was number 2. Germany, it went to 8. Italy, it went to 18. Japan, it went to 46. Norwegian album chart went to 7. The UK, their hometown, went to 5. And the US Billboard, it went to 13, which is surprising to me. Then the 2021 re-release saw it actually go to 1 on Swedish hard rock albums, 2 on Swedish vinyl albums, and 3 on Swedish physical albums. So they had a lot. It was certified platinum in Canada, which is over 100,000 sales. Gold in the UK, which is over 100,000 sales. And it was considered platinum in America with over 1 million sales. So, good record, too. And you're looking, like I said, this is volume 4 from 1972, right? Yeah, volume 4 from 1972. released in September 1972. Their first album came out in 70. So it's like that thing. Kiss did it too. Bands were doing it this time. It was like an album a year. Sometimes 2 a year. And those days are gone. You're lucky if you get 2 singles from somebody a year nowadays. Let alone albums. So, okay, so we're going to talk about the music. I'm going to try something different this show. Keep getting copyright. I didn't put music in the last video, and I felt empty. So we're going to try something different here. We're going to try music. Oh, also I want to thank you guys. I don't know if you noticed, but I kind of messed up when I uploaded the last Cheap Trick video. I was using a new editing software, and for some reason I messed up and cut off the beginning intro piece, about the first minute of it, and I didn't really notice on post-production. But what I wanted to say, what I was saying in that first intro that got cut out was thank you everybody so much, because my Creatures of the Night video is my biggest video by far, and it's still growing. Creatures of the Night video, which I released 2 weeks ago, has so many more views than anything else we've done here. But like in the past week, the Cheap Trick video, it's doing its kind of normal views I get. I still got more views on Creatures of the Night than I got views on the Cheap Trick video in this time. So I don't know what I did different. Maybe just Kiss has a wide appeal. If I got you from the Creatures of the Night video, welcome. Thank you for staying. Checking out a little bit of Black Sabbath now. So I just wanted to thank everybody for that. And please make sure you like and comment and subscribe, because it will help this page grow. I'm not going anywhere. I'll be here. I'm making this whether you guys are watching or not, but it's a fun journey, and I hope you guys take it with me. So anyway, this is what we're going to do now. We're going to listen to a little bit of these songs, and we're going to talk about it, and I'm going to just play them here rather than like cutting them in, because I don't know, we're just going to try something different, because maybe I won't get the actual hit so much. But here we go. So track 1, we got Wheels of Confusion / The Straightener. And I like how it starts off like that. Like, it's like in the middle, like a guitar solo, right? And Sabbath has these things they do with the slashes in their song, and I think, being a musician, now we got a little bit of the riff. Sabbath does this thing, I think, that I notice as a musician that I've done before, is they combine 2 separate songs into one. And I feel like that's what they did here. But just the way that song, this is how your album starts. Ready? We'll do this again. Ready? You drop the needle and just this real minor, and just Tony's making it cry. I love that. I love that. Let's go on to track 2, which is a song that, nice riff, Tomorrow's Dream. Ozzy sounds great in this song. Let's bring it, Ozzy. Come on. Love it. Love that song. Always did it. And I kind of like shit on this album for no reason. Track 3 we got, here it is, guys. The popular song from this album.
I feel unhappy.
Emo Ozzy?
I feel so sad.
Emozy? Emozy?
That's the best friend
Emozy, I like that.
I ever had.
I've told you guys before, it's okay to be a man and show emotion, guys. It's okay. Now, the fact that I still don't necessarily love this song, but it's just not my type of ballad. Here it comes to the big chorus. Here we go.
I'm going through changes.
Also sampled by Eminem. So, if you didn't know that, Eminem does sample this song. Next track, FX. I could live without this. This is a whole track of this. I can live without this track for sure. It's just early 70s production, and they were figuring shit out and thought they were being cool, and all I gotta say to that is, next! Another song I knew coming in, another good riff. Give it to him, Tony. Nice little harmonized riff. Hell yeah. Little groove there. Listen to that groove. Wham, wham, wham. Such a Pantera. Another great song. Let's move on. This is the jam, guys. Snowblind. Yep, this is how I listen to music, guys. That is a riff. I've always loved that riff. And then we've got Cornucopia. Listen to this. So heavy. Tony Iommi, the master. Now, I wasn't expecting this song to be that heavy with that name, Cornucopia. Laguna Sunrise. It's a little chill, a little hippie, little chill. But they're known for that. Tony has always put something chill, something soft guitar piece. That's why Changes was so different, because it wasn't like a guitar piece. St. Vitus Dance. It's okay. It's fine. It's not as heavy as my liking. But every song doesn't gotta be heavy. Now he gets into the cool little nasty riffage. Under the sun, every day comes and goes. Oh! They're so heavy, guys. This is just like the intro of a death metal fucking song. Hell yeah. And that's it. Oh, sorry. Then I went to Jethro Tull, because that was the end of the album. My B. All right. So you've got to hear the music. You got to hear the good stuff. I just want to put this back underneath here. Okay. So my thoughts on this album. You heard the songs that they're all pretty badass. Of course, I can live without FX. I can live without change. I wouldn't get rid of Changes, right? And St. Vitus Dance is fine. But it's a 42-minute album, and it really just pushes through. There's just that little part of Changes and FX. And those are back to back too. So you can almost call that one track, right? Oh, sorry. Oh yeah. So I've always loved Black Sabbath, and I've always loved Ozzy, and as I grown older, the band is just so good, man. Tony Iommi's riffage is undeniable, and everybody knows that. But the rhythm section, Tony and Geezer, man, they just can bring it. They have their own charm to them. They don't just follow Tony; they do their own thing, and it's so awesome. And I'm so mad that I didn't check this album out too much. One of my favorite albums of all time, is their greatest hits. We Sold Our Souls for Rock and Roll. That album is just, it's perfect, and it's the first. I don't know. It's that perfect. It might be my favorite greatest hits album ever. It's so good, and I listen to it a couple times a month. I love Black Sabbath. They were one of the first bands I learned on guitar. Black Sabbath and Kiss. And I've kind of I don't listen to them as much as I used to. And it's a shame because it holds up today and it's so good. And like, I got to remember though, we're talking about Volume 4, not Black Sabbath in general. So I think my rating on this album is going to be like a 7.5 to 8. It's just like, it's not my favorite Sabbath. Like the songs are good, but they're just not the greatest, right? And that's okay. It's not bad by any means. It's a really driving, heavy album at times. Changes kind of. Oh, we just missed some drum solo. Changes it up, if you will. But I don't think 7.5 is a bad score. 7.5 is what we're gonna go with. I was really happy that this one came up and I got to listen to it. And trying to put the tracks in this way. Hopefully it showed up good. If not, we're screwed and I don't know what we're going to do. You're going to listen to a bad thing. I'm probably going to still get hit copyright anyway, but we'll see how it comes out. As I was saying, I updated my value, my Discogs, and now we're up to 653. Like I said in the piece at the beginning, I was looking for this album in my records, and my crates aren't alphabetized, which is something I got to do at some point. But so I'm digging through them all, you know. And then there was an album, like I don't remember what it was, but I was like, wait a minute. It was something like we were just listening to. I don't remember. It was a Triumph album, and I was like, wait, we just did Triumph. I don't remember this being in my Discogs, so I picked up my phone real quick and looked for my Discogs, and that album wasn't in there. And then I sat and thought, I'm like, you know what? When I originally did my Discogs, I might have skipped a whole crate or did something. So I took the time. It took me about 6 hours yesterday. I took out each crate and just checked each vinyl in the Discogs to see if I had it. And I went from 506 or whatever it was to 650. And then I bought 3 new albums as well. So we're up to 653 actually. So there was a few, honestly, too, that I had 2 copies of. And that's because they either weren't in the Discogs and I rebought it, or I didn't check the Discogs and I bought it. So those though I'm going to give to my niece because she's starting her collection now. So that's that. So we're up to 653 now. It's crazy thoughts. All right, so we're going to do our random pick. We're at our beginning with our Head PE and Beautiful Lie and Weird Al at the top. Those didn't change. Let's do the shake and see what we get. Okay. All right, we have got Collection 2 by the Misfits. Actually, I said that wrong. Collection 2 by Misfits. It's not the, it's just Misfits. This one is a greatest hits, I guess, from their early years. There's a few songs that you'll know. Halloween, Last Caress, We Are 138. I'm a Misfits guy, but to be honest, I'm more of a Michael Graves Misfits guy. They're tattooed on me right there. Now this is interesting. Lowest it sold was $35. The average is $120, and the highest sold was $200. And the interesting about this is it just sold for $140 last month, and the ones for sale, they go anywhere from $160 to $400. I don't know what that's about. I don't know why that's worth so much money. This is I don't know. I guess it's worth money. Unless I put the wrong... You know, sometimes we're playing Jethro Tull there. Enough of that. Unless it's like some kind of weird variant that I have, or I put in the weird variant. It's interesting, though, that it's worth that much. And even if it's the wrong variant, because this is one of the original ones that I added, I could have, like, before I knew what I was doing, because there's a million variants, so when you search something, you can pick from all these. I might have put in the wrong variant, but either way, the fact that this variant's worth up to that much is interesting to me. So, well, you've got your homework. Collection 2 by Misfits. I'm assuming you can get that on Spotify and things, and if not, you can just like do what I did, look up the songs and then make a little playlist and check it out. And I like Misfits. Like I said, I'm just more of a Michael Graves Misfits guy than anything else. So, also, what I'm going to start doing on this channel, maybe this week, is I want to, this channel is to force myself to check out music. Sure, once in a while I get an album I already love, but it's okay to do that as well. So, I also want to force myself to become a better guitar player. So what I'm going to start doing, maybe this week, if not next week, although this is the perfect week to do it, is I'm going to make an accompanying video of me riffing out some of the riffs on whatever album we're going. We're not so far deep into the weeds yet, where I still might be able to come out with the back catalog, a riff or two, riffs from the songs. But I want to start learning some more music as well, and just, and it's a good way to learn music, good way to practice guitar. And at the end of the videos, I'll put some of the riffage out there, and I might put accompanying videos of just the riffs, if you just want to check those out. But you know what? This is the perfect week to do it. So hopefully I can get it done this time. The only problem is I'm not set up for it, and I got to get this video out soon. So the guitar might not be in the video you're watching now, but it might come later in the week. So there's that. So, and if you don't want to watch the guitar part, you don't have to. Just cut it off because it'll be at the end. But thanks for checking out the video. Do your homework. Black Sabbath is always a win. Misfits could always be a win too. So make sure you check it out. And please like the video. Please subscribe. Comment your thoughts on the video. But subscribe for us, please. Because the more subscribers get, the more views we get. Let's make this channel grow. This is a fun channel, guys. We have a good time in the comments. We do everything, if we get a big enough following, we'll start doing live streams. I'll start taking people's suggestions once in a while, but we're going to stick with this random cut. Misfits Collection 2. Make sure you check it out. And until then, we will see you next time. Peace. All right, so I know I said I was going to do a whole video about playing the guitar to some of the Sabbath songs, but I figured I'll just grab the acoustic real quick and just do a riff I already know, just in case I don't have time to record all that stuff, and you can get in here. So Snowblind goes like this. What you get and what you see, I don't know the words, but we're only here for the chorus riff. Ready? And I think he goes into the chords, actually. Oops, sorry. And I love this part right here. Alright, there's a little bit of Snowblind. I just kind of already know that one, I think, and if I'm wrong, whatever. But maybe I'll actually have the video of me with my electric setup and stuff. But I just wanted to get it in there. Ah!